We know, or at least should know, that Python 2 is now deprecated. However, Apple still ships this as the default on macOS. Yes, they at least have Python 3 installed, but it's not set up as the default. I'm going to share with you how I reinstall Python 3 using Homebrew and how I actually make it the default on my Mac. As a side note, these steps, or at least the way I'm going to show you, will require that you have Homebrew installed. If you don't have Homebrew installed, check out the video link that pops up, which I've also linked in the description. Changing the default version of Python on macOS is pretty straightforward. So once you get to your terminal of choice, here I'm just using standard terminal for macOS. You can go ahead and check the actual version of Python that you're currently running. And in this case, I'm running 2.7.18, which is the default that shipped with macOS. Now I want to change that to Python 3, and the process is pretty simple. And I'll go ahead and do this with brew. So if you have brew installed, what you want to do is run brew install Python. Once the installation is completed, you can see here that you have Python 3.9. And if you run Python -- version, you'll see that your default is now set to 3.9.10. Python itself, when you install it via brew, installs in opt homebrew bin. Python 3 also installs pip version 3 -- version. That'll give you the version itself. If for any reason after the installation you run Python version and it's still showing version 2.7.18 or version 2 or any version other than the one you're trying to install, which is 3 in this case, what you want to make sure is that you have a Symlink created. That's usually the case, and the way to do that is pretty straightforward as well. What you can do is go to your Homebrew location, and within Homebrew in your bin directory, if you grep for Python, what you can do is add a Symlink in this directory, Python pointing to Python 3.9. And if you notice, there's no executable or no Symlink with just Python. So what you can do if you needed to do that, assuming that when you type Python -- version, you don't get 3.9 or the latest version that you're looking for, just simply add a Symlink here, assuming that your brew installation is here. In some instances, you can install it or it will install in user local bin, but in my case, it's in opt homebrew. So here you can go ahead and do a Symlink by typing ln-s-f, and you can do opt homebrew bin Python 3.9 and then point that to opt homebrew bin Python. And once you have that, if you go ahead and type in ls or ll and grep for Python, you do now see this Symlink. Python points to Python 3. And that's all there is to it. If you found this video helpful in any way, please remember to subscribe and click on the bell icon for notifications of future videos from this channel. Thanks for watching.